Today we understand religion to be a purely personal journey, accessible to all human beings. If this is true, why then should we refer to an expert on matters pertaining to it? Why do our scholars insist on Taqlid being an obligation for us? Is Taqlid really necessary at all? These are the questions that we will try to answer in this video. We can look at the issue of Taqlid from 3 different angles: human nature, the Quran, the teachings of the Ahlulbayt. Seeking to learn from those who are more knowledgeable is an inherent trait that exists in all intelligent human beings. We are constantly trying to figure out how to do things in the best way possible. We read books, watch videos, and spend hours on Google learning about what to eat, which exercises to do, what to wear, how to manage everything from our finances to our emotions.
As human beings, we constantly seek guidance and direction from those who know best about aspects to do with our lives, whether it's in the world of medicine, for example, or in the world of politics, or in the world of arts. And therefore, it could be argued that every single human being, in one way or another, is performing taqlid. But when it comes to religious guidance, we must also be seeking understanding and direction and guidance from the most learned. And this is where Taqlid comes in. Indeed, it fulfills that need that the human being has to be able to be given knowledge that they do not necessarily have, extrapolated by those who have dedicated their lives to present whatever they have researched and to the best of their ability.
This is why the late Ayatollah Abul Qasim al-Khoei, in his studies on the role of rationality in jurisprudence, came to the conclusion that Taqlid and its necessity is actually intuitively accepted by reasonable, intelligent human beings in all societies across the world. Taqlid is simply a part of our fitrah, our human nature. The early Muslims were eager, faithful, and filled with a passionate energy. Their complete or consuming loyalty to the commands of Allah was a thing of beauty. So it doesn't come as a surprise when we read in history about how seriously they took the responsibility of heading out to the battlefield to defend Islam. Whenever there was a command to rise up in arms, all the true believers would set out. Only the hypocrites and those who had valid reasons for not participating would remain behind in Medina. However, this loyalty to the divine command, while admirable, also left them vulnerable. In one instance, when the Prophet himself was unable to join the battle, all the believers went ahead, leaving him alone in the city. At this point, verse 122 of Surah Al-Tawbah was revealed to say, "It is not for the faithful to go ahead to battle altogether." Why shouldn't there go forth a group from each of their sections to become deeply learned in religion and to warn their people when they return to them, so that they may be aware? After this revelation, it was announced that other than in cases of extreme necessity, it was not advisable that all the Muslims should go to the battlefield. A group of them needed to stay behind and continue exploring the teachings of the Prophet. Those who returned from the battlefield would then be able to refer to these scholars for further guidance. In various interpretations, the going forth refers not just to a group of Muslims in Medina who should take on the responsibility of learning and preserving the teachings of the Prophet, but also that groups should go forth from their homes and surrounding areas and come to Medina to seek this knowledge. The practice of asking those who are more knowledgeable also appears in Surah Al-Anbiya, and it is further supported by hadith. In verse 7 of this surah, Allah tells us, "We did not send any apostles before you, except as men to whom we revealed. Ask the people of the reminder, Ahlul Dhikr, if you do not know." In simple historical context, this verse was telling the people to ask the Christians and the Jews about the nature of previous prophets who had been sent to them as well. However, when studying the deeper meaning of this verse of dhikr, scholars have different opinions. The more generic understanding is that the term Ahlul Dhikr refers to anyone who has more knowledge about a specific topic than someone else. The stronger, more accepted opinion is that this term is specific in referring to the Ahlulbayt of Prophet Muhammad. In a reliable hadith, our 8th Imam, Ali ibn Musa al-Rida said, "With regards to the words of Allah the Most High, so then ask the people of the reminder if you do not know. We, the Imams of the Ahlulbayt, are they, the Ahlul Dhikr." Another authentic tradition from Imam Ali quotes him saying, "I swear by God that indeed, most definitely, we, the Imams of the Ahlul Bayt, are the people of the reminder."
We have multiple narrations, we have multiple narrated meanings. So we have tawatur ma'nawi in the meaning that our A'immas alayhimus salatu wasalam, in general, they directed people towards relying on trusted person, trusted companions, knowledgeable companion. Not just that, they also gave examples, like there are so many examples in our narrations that they were appointing people, knowledgeable people, so that people could refer to them. One of the most obvious examples we have is Shah Abdul Azim. He's one of the trusted narrators, trusted scholars of Imams alayhimus salatu wasalam. He was representing the Imam. He's appointed. One is Yahya bin Zakaria. He was also a trusted representative scholar of Imam Rida alayhi salatu wasalam. Imam alayhi salatu wasalam tells the companions, follow Yunus ibn Abdul Rahman, follow this, follow Fulan, take from him, he's trusted. So all these practical specifics gives us one common theme, that if there is a trusted person, you can follow. There are lots of examples of companions. They were appointed by Imams alayhimus salatu wasalam as trusted scholars, so that people could refer, people could do taqlid to them.
As the followers of the two weighty sources left to us by the Prophet, when an idea is rational and supported by both the Quran and the teachings of the Ahlul Bayt, it can be fully accepted and firmly embedded in our beliefs and practices. Taqlid is obviously one such idea. Regardless of the doubts surrounding or objections raised against Taqlid, there is no denying that it fulfills one of the most basic of needs, the desire to learn more about ourselves and our purpose in the universe. We all instinctively perform Taqlid in various aspects of our lives. With the clearer definition provided by the Quran and the traditions of the Ahlul Bayt, we can refine this idea and use it to clarify our path towards Allah, which is, at the end of the day, the main reason of our existence. For this reason alone, Taqlid becomes not just an obvious necessity, but a natural obligation as well. For more inspiring content, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.